Alright, hello. Oh, fuck. Right, shoot. I forgot to add the webcam. But the webcam's already here. Why is it? It's a good thing nobody actually came in here yet. Because I don't actually know how to do anything. Oh gosh. Well, I look like shit. Forgot about that. Hello. Oh, the lighting is really crappy too. This is why I don't stream from this area. I should have just gone by the TV anyway, even though I'm playing on the computer this time. Hello. Hello. That is not the thing I wanted to do. There we are. Alright, so, in light of my lack of dignity and the fact that, and Low Tier Studios' new game, which is a dating simulator that they're making, not a visual novel that they're making, I thought I should stream a visual novel, since that's a thing people do. Yep, Project Valentine. Copy link. I'll throw that in the chat, even though no one's here. Hello, no one. There it is, so you can see it in the chat there. Alright. Well, anyway, I'm gonna play this. I've had this for a while. It's actually free, and I was kind of interested in it, but I never actually played it. Mostly because I don't like playing dating sims on my own, because it makes me feel even more lonely than I already am. Mostly just like to laugh at them with friends. Anyway, there's no one here right now. There's only me to laugh at myself. What? Why did it just post the... Okay, whatever. Anyway, new game. Let's do this. SC2VN is a visual novel about StarCraft in South Korea and the people who play it. If you are new to esports or StarCraft, you can watch a short, voice-acted scene that will introduce you to a professional StarCraft. Or you can watch the scene later in the extras menu and get right into the action. You know, let's learn more about StarCraft. I mean, I'm really bad at StarCraft. I haven't actually... Yeah, let's learn more about StarCraft. Hello, Glasses Man.
Hey, Timmy, long time no see. How's it going? Oh, hey, Day9. Not too good.
Wait, is it... The screen is not updating. I see. Why is the screen not updating? Are you freaking kidding me right now? Maybe I should have tested this out before turning on the stream, instead of just watching Critical Role. Oh, there we go. And now it's moving. That's good. That's generally a good thing. Also, due to the way the setup is, I can't hear any audio at all, period. So that's fun.
Oh, why so glum, dude? What's up? Well, I want to play this super neat new game. It's called SC2VN. But I don't know that much about StarCraft. I'm afraid a bunch of stuff...
I have literally no idea when they stop voice acting. I should probably figure out a way to turn the audio on. Okay. God dang it. Dang it, which speakers are the right ones? Are you kidding me right now? Shit. Okay, there we go. There we are. That would be great, day 9. You're the best. Wait, now the desktop audio isn't coming through the... Are you freaking real right now? Okay, now it's working? Now it's working. Great. Oh my god, this... This thing's gonna drive me absolutely nuts. Hello, okay.
Okay, well, what were the earliest days of StarCraft like in Korea?
That's a good question, Timmy.
Oh, you mean the days when players dressed up in spacesuits and played in tiny studios with fog machines?
Yep.
Oh, that sounds so cool.
Okay, hold on. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Don't you need me to tell you what StarCraft actually is?
That might be nice.
Please, Day 9, I'm not that bad. What kind of person downloads visual novels about StarCraft without knowing that it's a popular real-time strategy game made by Blizzard?
Well, Timmy, in the off chance that this is a recording designed for complete newbies to eavesdrop upon, how about I go over a few basics?
I don't know how I did that.
Fine.
Like you said, Timmy, StarCraft is a highly competitive game. Rather than the black and white chess pieces, players choose between 3 different races, each with its own advantages and playstyles.
There we go.
The powerful, enigmatic Protoss, the scrappy, efficient Terran, or the swarmy, insect-like Zerg. For 15 years, StarCraft has been played professionally in South Korea.
Wow, really? You mean people can play video games for a living?
Not
That's
quite
right,
that
Timmy.
simple.
Corporate sponsors fund teams for millions of dollars, just like any other sport. And the players compete on televised tournaments for cash prizes and events known as Star Leagues. Esports is the real deal.
And people actually tune into the tournaments? They watch StarCraft on TV?
To watch it on Twitch at least. But yeah, on TV they do.
Can't believe it.
Believe it, Timmy. Those television broadcasts help expose StarCraft to non-gamers. And fans began to follow esports not only because they played the game themselves, but because they could get invested in the players, personalities, rivalries, the storylines.
Nice.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. So, esports became popular in Korea in the early 2000s. What was happening everywhere else in the world?
Well, StarCraft was certainly successful in the West, with a ton of great competitors existing from all over the world. But StarCraft didn't really catch on as a televised esport anywhere else.
Yeah.
So as a result, the Korean players, with their professional training and their televised tournaments, were head and shoulders above everyone else.
And they still are. They still are to this day.
Well, okay, the Koreans were better in StarCraft 1, but wasn't everyone on an even playing field when StarCraft 2 came out?
Not quite.
Well, at first, yeah, but you have to remember that Korea already had an infrastructure for televised esports. They simply rolled that same regimented practice schedule over to StarCraft 2. And even though everyone started the same, quickly, Korea left the rest of the world in the dust.
Yep.
Only a handful of non-Korean players have ever been able to put up a challenge. Nothing really compares to the Korean team house.
What's a team house?
Come on, Timmy, you can figure this one out.
Okay, it's a house.
A for effort, Timmy. It's pretty much what it sounds like. A team house is both living quarters and a practice environment.
So it's the house where the team lives.
Coaches and managers add structure to a daily schedule. They match you up against practice partners in a way that's more productive to you. And because everyone lives together, they're talking strategy all the time. It's pretty much unanimously agreed upon that Korea is the place to be to get better at StarCraft.
Yep. And League of Legends.
Abroad to train or boot camp.
And Overwatch. And like all of them.
Wow, I feel so enlightened. All of this knowledge.
So
Thrilled to be of service, Timmy. Anything else I can assist with?
Yeah, I think that covers everything, Mr. 9. Now I can read SC to the N without Googling every 5 minutes. Thanks for helping me out. I super duper appreciate it.
now we only need to Google things every 10 minutes.
Totally.
Anyways, I'll see you later. Thanks again.
Thank you, Damon.
Try not to get the bad ending.
Don't worry, I will. Definitely will. We're not even going to get to an ending in this playthrough. Alright, let's do this. Looks like the gender of the main character, Mach. The choice will mostly impact how he or she appears. The story differences are minor. Now select the main character. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. I don't know how to make this decision. There's no one here yet, even. Oh, who am I kidding? Alright, I'm gonna be honest here. I think I'm gonna go with the girl version because the video game, like the esports community is really bad about, like, there is not as much girl involvement as there should be. There aren't as many female players, so I think that's more interesting and overall better. Yeah. Let's do this. There's also benefits because I'm pretty sure it'd be gay with the other one, but oh well. Most try to ignore it at first, as if the inevitable is just another challenge to fight through. Like their past mistakes don't count if they just try a little bit harder. It's a natural thing to believe otherwise contradicts the hours we spend practicing. Still, every player must eventually come to terms with the defeat. They have to queue up for another game, maybe that they flew across the world for nothing. I haven't met any players that can take a loss in stride. I haven't met many players that can take a loss in stride. It's painful, it's permanent, it's proof that your best isn't always enough. Long after my elimination, I remain at the PC with a blank look in my eye. Clicks shoot from my finger as I leap from page to page. A tournament update mentions my defeat in passing, but no one acknowledges it. Oh, that sucks. When my frustration fades, I'm left only with guilt. I should have practiced harder. There's only so much you can do, man. I consider sticking around to watch the final few games, but the knot in my stomach persuades me to avoid any more stress. People are nice enough to a foreigner with the heart to attempt a Star League qualifier. But without a win, I'm just one more in a long line of losers. That sucks. Maybe I should turn off the mouse. Hundreds spend their best years chasing the esports dream. 1 in 50 makes it. This is for those that don't. Every game of StarCraft begins the same. Gather resources, train a worker, construct a building, rally an army, defend a base, contest the map. Turn something small into something more. The game is punishing, it's stressful, it's draining, it builds you up and tears you down. It's not for everyone, it might not even be for me. How many more chances am I going to get? Was that my last? All the feelings back. Why am I still trying? Why can't I quit? My fist rattles the desk and sends a plastic bottle onto the floor. With my chin in hand, I throw myself into the match replay. I force down a measured breath. Losing a throwaway ladder game shouldn't bother a player of my rank. Open the menu, escape or right-click to check the glossary. Oh, ladder. Shorthand for online ranked play. Ranked from the lowest to the highest. The leagues in StarCraft 2 are Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Master, and Grandmaster. Grandmaster rank is awarded to the top 100 players from each region. Nice. Reminds me of League of Legends. A time I don't want to go back to. Scout denial and my poor control of the final fight gave my opponent the edge. In retrospect, my mistakes seem obvious. They always do. I toy with the conclusion that he was hacking before realizing that I'm just making excuses. No, I should have been able to win that one. Despite the Grandmaster badge next to my handle, I find myself too anxious to queue up for another game. Holy shit, she's a Grandmaster all fucking ready? Jesus! The loss at my Victory Star League qualifier earlier today isn't helping my mindset. I comb my tiny room with a look, restless and unmotivated. Oh, she's tilting. That's always the worst. Sitting alone in a dark room for extended periods of time is incredibly depressing. A fact I learned only when it became a significant part of my life. That's true. Only one thing is certain. I've got to get out of here. After double-checking that my apartment's door is locked, I hustle down the stairs and onto the sidewalk. Light grows with each step towards the shining skyline. Catchy pop beats and posters of flawless models dominate street after street. Foot traffic is thick and impatient. Seoul Tower stands tall from a distant hilltop. but even the lingering excitement of life in a faraway place can't dredge me out of my hopelessness. Sometimes, especially on days like this, I regret pursuing esports. It's a thought I've had more times than I'd care to admit since coming to South Korea. Even saying that, I know I can't keep myself from competing. It's in my nature, and truth be told, this damn game is the only thing I'm good at. What is StarCraft? Some respond to that with an explanation on its game mechanics or its storyline. There are other popular answers too, that it requires the dexterity of a pianist along with the strategic thinking of a chess player. Maybe that's what StarCraft is to most people, but to the hundreds who carve a living out of it on it, StarCraft isn't such a simple thing. Why can't I talk? It's the embodiment of a competition, a perfect playing field, no need for athletic genes, rapid parents, tutting tutors, or expensive summer camps. You pick up the game on your own, you learn, you improve, you work. If you're good enough, you can become a god. If you fail, you stay a nobody. I'm not building towards a long-term career. I'm friendless in a foreign country. I'm respected by no one. And if I don't qualify for VSL next month, I'll be back home at square one. I'll be nothing. But hey, at least I play video games all day. That's fair. Are you completely sure you haven't forgotten anything? Do you have enough money for the cab when you land? Are you sure the apartment got your money? Is your cell phone charged? You brought an extra charger, right? Mom, I'm fine. Please, nothing bad is going to happen. Remember, there won't be anyone to do your laundry, cook your meals, or wake you up when you oversleep. Budget well, and you'll have 2 months. I won't hear anything about a loan for the flight home. It takes effort to keep a frown from my face. I'm certain that my parents came to see me off only so that they could say they did. Oh, I've already sunk the entirety of my savings into this. Now isn't the time for second thoughts. My dad gestures towards the security line and taps his watch twice. Go on. The sooner this is over with, the better. Oh, well, screw you. Come back in one piece, hon. Nothing comes when I think of how to respond, so I only nod. Without another word, my parents walk away. Alright, see ya, I guess. You're really supportive, you know that. She has to make her own mistakes. Oh, screw you. Let your kid follow her dream. I tighten my fist, pace quickening. Even though I want to prove everyone who's doubted me wrong, I'm so tired of losing for no one's sake but my own. With the sun long set, overhead signs wash the streets in color. I've wandered so far that a walk back to my apartment would take almost half an hour. My renewed drive to practice my craft drives my search for a place to play. It's not long before I see the words I'm looking for. PC Bang. Well, I wonder if is that in the glossary? It is. A PC Bang is a type of LAN gaming center where patrons can play multiplayer computer games for an hourly fee. PC Bangs remain popular despite the spread of household computers as they provide a meeting place for gamers, especially school-aged gamers, to play together with their friends. Huh. The amount of foot traffic suggests it's a pretty popular internet cafe. A sign on the front window reads, Golden Zone Fire. Though I've only visited them a few times, PC Bangs are one of the things that interested me the most about Korea when I first got into StarCraft. Duking it out for champion status of a neighborhood cafe is old school cool. I like the type of Western where sheriff defends his turf against the upstarts and outlaws. Oh man, that's one of the reasons I wish that I lived in a place that had an arcade, or lived in a time where arcades were popular, because that's just really cool to be able to get together like that. It's an ideal that's a little bit dated these days. Most StarCraft 2 competition takes place either online or in broadcast studios. I'll admit I've dreamed of being born a decade earlier and playing the original esport Brood War during its rise alongside the PC Bang. A better time, or so they say online. I trundle up the stairs and pass through the doorway, immediately struck by the size of the place. There has to be at least 80 computers. The crowd is too large for an ordinary evening. There are more people than there are PCs even. I indulge my curiosity on the first person I see, a dark-haired guy observing a match of StarCraft 2 from behind someone's shoulder. Excuse me, is there an event going on? The guy turns and looks at me like I'm speaking something other than Korean. After a brief silence, he responds, "Are you new or something? How have you not heard of All Out Attack?" Well, yes, I've literally just got here. I'm okay. Yeah, I am new, just asking. He hums and glances away for a moment. Though he doesn't apologize, he does fill me in. Golden Zone Fire hosts a StarCraft 2 tournament called All Out Attack once a month. It's one of the few places you'll find a decent player outside of an online cup or a Star League. Used to be a Brood War tournament, actually. Fair enough. I see. Thank you. Are you here cheering for someone? He only stares in response. The guy walks away with a shake of his head, mumbling something about foreigners. Alright, cool. See you later, I guess. The back of his shirt sports the Korean Pro Gamer Association logo. Maybe he's a Brood War fan or something. None of the StarCraft teams under the KPGA's regulations compete in anything other than the original game, Brood War. Understandably, they don't want to fracture a scene they've worked hard to build up. And it's lucky for those of us trying to keep from drowning in a game that's already deep with talent. KPGA players train for unbelievable hours. Well, I came here to practice, and now I'm presented with an excellent chance to do so if what the guy said is true. A few stairs follow me as I walk forward to put my name on the sign-up list. I must look like a tourist in over my head. I'm definitely not the first foreigner to go abroad for esports, but most come to South Korea only once they have results or fame. After playing for an hour's worth of PC time at the front desk, I settle for a station that has a mouse and keyboard similar to my setup back at home. That's always good. A few minutes later, I join my opponent's game lobby just in time for the start of the first round. His name isn't familiar, so I check his profile to see if he's ranked midway through Master League. Ranked midway through Master League, not bad for a casual player. He seems eager enough by the rate he's spamming go in the pre-game chat. The game gets underway once I confirm that he's ready. Go. Are you sure you're ready? Workers, minerals, Vespine gas, and a command center. I start out every match with only these resources at my disposal. It's my job to turn them into something that can defeat my opponent. Generally, that means I need to build structures capable of training units from my army. My build order determines how my end of the matchup plays out. What? I am unable to speak. I'm glad that no one's watching this. This game, I've opted for a quick Hellion attack. Not only will it offer me a chance to deal some damage to my opponent, but it will also allow me to scout. Let's look at these glossary terms. Brood War, the expansion pack to the original StarCraft, released in 1998. The esports industry in South Korea was built entirely around Brood War and its wild success with both players and spectators. It remains a relatively popular and cultural mainstay. Scout, the act of revealing, either with a unit's line of sight or scans, remote areas of the map to gain information about the opposing player. Build, shorthand for build order, or the order in which structures and units are created. Typically rigid and drilled into execution perfection. Players that innovate and succeed with a certain build will sometimes have it named for them, e.g., example, the ISU build. Alright. This game, yeah, I already read that. But seems I don't have much to worry about. My opponent went for a greedy build order, focusing entirely on his economy instead of his army. Unfortunately for him, the match isn't going to last long enough for that risk to pay off. My Hellions make short work of his single queen and a handful of Zerglings. With his front line out of the way, I'm free to rush into his mineral line and roast his workers, denying him the resources he needs to muster an army. Facing down a Marine Enforcement, it's not long before my Zerg opponent types out the 2 letters GG. Easy. She doesn't type that though, because she's nice. Probably. I don't know. I hope she didn't type out GG easy. I'd lose a lot of respect for our protagonist here. As soon as the victory screen plays, anxiety floods out of my body. StarCraft is tense. It isn't an exaggeration to say there's never a moment to relax until the match is over. Bristling with confidence, I get up to check my next opponent. And it's Excel. I draw my lips in a line and let my shoulders slouch. Welp, that's the end of this tournament run. Excel is one of South Korea's strongest Terran players. He's well known for his old school cred, balanced playstyle, and friendly banter. He lost in round 8 of last season's VSL, a respectable finish if not a high-paying one. From what I remember, Excel was damn good a Brood War player, but when he was out of his prime when he hit when the sequel hit last year, so it makes sense that he switched. While I'm considering what sort of rush I should do to steal a win, I feel a tap on my shoulder in turn. Huh, so you are a foreigner. Holy shit, he's right there. And find none other than the man himself standing there. This is a bit surreal considering I've followed Excel's play for about as long as I've been into StarCraft. Luckily, his nonchalant manner disarms my surprise. I think we play next round. I'm Mach at Terran. Is it Mach or it's probably Mach. He misses a beat before regaining his smile. I'm likely surprised that I understood and then answered him. Yeah, I saw you won your game. Not bad. Foreigners are an uncommon sight at an all-out attack. Are you a pro gamer? What team are you on? I don't know if you could call me a pro gamer at this point, and I don't have a team. I'm trying to find one though. I do my best not to look too hopeful, though Excel's blank expression is hard to read either way. He pauses to scratch his cheek before responding. Well, good luck. Don't expect another easy match. I was basically already trying to come to terms with my loss. You too. Thanks. Oh god, kill me. At least he laughed. My stress from before is mostly gone. If I lose, big deal. I'm expected to lose. If I win, I beat Excel. That's a good way of thinking about it. Also win. I'm still chewing over which cheese I should perform before finally deciding just to play it standard. I shouldn't squander the rare chance to practice against a top player. That's good. I'm glad I know what cheese means. Look at the glossary anyway. Standard refers to a balanced playstyle meant to cover as many of the opponent's options as possible. Favors a solid, well-rounded skill set. Top players utilize standard play for the majority of their games. GG, good game. A verbal handshake offered at the end of the match. Failure to offer a GG is seen as disrespectful and is an offense that some leagues will fine players for. Cheese, an unexpected strategy that relies on lack of information to surprise the opponent. Cheese builds typically revolve around an early attack that, if undetected, is more difficult to defend than to execute. Basically, you just do something really stupid that under normal circumstances wouldn't work. Oh, hey, there's a person. Hello, person. Oh, did they leave? Shoot. Well, hello there. Alright, anyway. Trying to decide. I think that's kanji. It's not Chinese. I think it's Japanese. Because of the dash. I think it's Japanese because of the dash. I can't read kanji though. I can only read hiragana and katakana. But hello. You probably already left actually. I think you, because it says you're not in the chat. Well, that's hard to read. Oh shoot. Anyway. He and I banter back and forth in the pre-game lobby for a bit before the game gets underway. Excel, old school Brood War Terran, plays classic Marine tank style, probably about to crush me. I haven't gone up against a player as strong as Excel in a while. There probably wasn't a single person at the VSL qualifier at his level. That only makes a powerful victory all the more a potential victory all the more tantalizing. It's a chance to prove to myself that I've got what it takes. Even if I've decided on playing standard, I've still got a decision to make in how to execute my mid-game strategy. This map is well suited for Helion attack. I'll have plenty of room to poke around his expansion since it lacks a choke point. An attack by air might also be a strong option. The distance between our bases is relatively long by land, but it'll take a Banshee less than 5 seconds to travel from mine to his. I'm confident with both styles, it's just a matter of how I want to execute the attack. Oh no, am I gonna have to choose? Shit! I have to choose. Okay. Alright, so thinking about this, I don't know much about how to actually play StarCraft. However, I do know he watched our last game, so he might be expecting the Hellions. So it might be better to air assault with the Banshees instead. Since he watched our last game, we won with the Hellions last game, he'll probably be expecting that and have some sort of countermeasure in play. So, air assault with the Banshees. I cut all extraneous unit production to get out a Banshee as soon as possible. The earlier I'm able to hit, the less chance that Excel will have the right defenses. With my Banshee en route, I clear out the path to his base with a handful of Marines. Denying information to my opponent is important, even if I don't plan to attack from that blind spot. It seems to have been the right choice, as his Marines are out of position when my Banshee arrives at his base. I managed to secure a few worker kills before ordering retreat. Since I didn't lose my Banshee, Excel has to spend minerals on air defense. Knowing that, I prepared to transition to a full on-ground army. Nice. This game is going insanely well, though Excel took his expansion before I did. And the damage he took puts us on even footing. I follow up with an army of Marines, Marauders, and dropships, the bread and butter of most Terran players. Since I cleared the space between our bases, he's in the dark about the timing of this next attack. Oh shit. Oh, there we go. Since I cleared the space between our bases, he's in the dark about the timing of this next attack. There's a solid chance that I could do enough damage here to end the game. But just as I arrive at the outskirts of Excel's expansion, one of his dropships uploads a handful of Marines in my base. That's going to slow down my ability to reinforce. Whoa, shit. With my focus on the drop in my main, Excel rushed into the army I left outside of his base while I wasn't paying attention. He got a concave formation on me. Shit. And just like that, my advantage evaporates. Though I managed to stay in the game for a bit longer, Excel wisely guards his lead by immediately taking a third base. Soon enough, his economic advantage has reflected in the size of his army. After my blunder, Excel's play was airtight. There really wasn't anything for me to do. Shit. With a groan, I offer a GG and concede the match. God dang it. Didn't exactly throw my lead, but I did get seriously outplayed. Fantasizing about how a victory would have felt doesn't help me keep my mind off the loss. Knowing that I did my best only helps me so much. But not a moment later, Excel turns the corner with a smile and raised eyebrows. Hey, good game. You're actually not bad. I assumed you were here for fun or something. Oh, thanks. I am here for fun, though. You play really well. I'm surprised. Most foreigners don't hit timings like that. Good vision control, too, and your scouting was top-notch. You're really not on a team? Are you at least staying at a team house? Are you studying abroad? Nothing like that. I'm staying by myself in an apartment by the VSL studios. So you came to Korea alone, and on your own dime, and you're not just visiting? Yes? I do my best not to seem awkward about my answer, but any reason to worry disappears when Excel smiles. It takes some serious guts to move out here like that. I can't think of a single person who's made it out here on their own. A few nearby competitors watch our conversation. It's probably not often that Excel gives his attention to a random nobody he crushes early in the bracket. I've got some time before my next game. Let me introduce you to a friend of mine. Oh, sure. We're in. With a nod, Excel leads me from the PC area to the back of the cafe. We pass a number of known players on the way there, most lounging around no differently than the cafe's other patrons. Maybe they aren't that different. I guess even professionals like to kick back with a tangle of chords and a rush of caffeine every now and then. Games shouldn't be all business all the time, although I'd bet the KPGA executives disagree. Excel comes to a stop away from the constant tapping of keyboards. He then plops himself into a seat against a wall and invites me to join him with a wave of his hand. As I take my seat, I look up to find someone I recognize at his side. Jet, a Zerg and former VSL champion. Why do I look so pouty? Like, you're meeting extremely important people. Oh wait, is that Jet? Oh, no, yeah, that's Jet. Never mind. I thought that was me for a second. You don't see her character very often. She won StarCraft 2's very first grand final back in the beta. A year ago, she might have been the game's most famous player. Her flippant and inflammatory antics have made her a somewhat controversial figure. She rarely GGs and isn't afraid to talk trash on stage. Oh, I guess that explains her demeanor. And there she is, just sitting there. It's all I can do not to stare. A smile plays on her lips when she glances past me to Excel. Excel, seriously, stop promising my autograph as a reward for beating you. Hilarious. She can understand you, by the way. Who are you up against next round? Some Zerg dishwasher on LHT/. I hate Zerg v Zerg. Jet rolls her eyes back to me. With a brief appraisal, she lifts her chin and speaks a single word. Name? What? Oh, I'm Mach, a Terran. I'm on... well, I'm teamless. Jet shifts her gaze back to Excel, as if to ask, why did you bring this noob back here? But before she can actually say anything, Excel comes to my defense with an easy smile. Hey, cool it with the judgment until you've seen her play. Thank you! I've been trying to tell people to do that for years. Tried to tell my mom to do that. Plus, have you ever heard of a foreigner that came out here alone just for StarCraft? My girl right here did. You have to admit that's brave. If that endorsement wasn't convincing enough, he offers one of his classic grins for good measure. His response seems to satisfy her. For now. Oh, her frown got less. While I try to keep from showing anything to contradict Excel's assessment, Jet aims her attention back at me. Didn't see your name on the list of people who made it past the VSL qualifier. How'd you place? Please don't. Not right now. I lost my second to last match. The qualifier before that, I dropped out of the final game of the last series. 2 attempts without making it, huh? Hard to tell much from that. Mainly depends on the bracket you had. How do you live out here with no team? Do you stream or something? I die. I used to stream, but, well, I don't anymore. Jet raises her eyebrow, waiting for me to elaborate until I look away. Without missing a beat, she moves on to the next question. So your parents pay for everything? No, I'm here on my summer job earnings and a little extra bit from my grandparents. How lucky. I never got any handouts. Did I ask? This isn't going very well. Still, Excel looks collected as ever, watching us with a smile as the interrogation continues. Did you play Brood War? Not really. I mean, I had a copy as a kid, but I wasn't good. I had to cheat to even finish the campaign. Oh, then you were only a little bit worse than Jet. Jet scowls silently at the jab. It's true that the 2 years she spent playing Brood War were mostly unremarkable. Then this is your first try at professional gaming? When I nod, she gives me a hard look. Why are you out here? because I make bad choices. What do you mean? I'm sure you're aware of your chances. It's been more than 5 years since a foreign pro gamer accomplished anything noteworthy in Korea. I know what she's getting at, but it's not like I have a particularly great or unique answer. I scratch behind my head and look away. I mean, why else? I want to become better at StarCraft. Everyone knows that Korea is the place to do that. And why is that? Because you people are good. You've been playing for fucking years. Oh. Well, because the players out here, the best players out here, I've studied the language for a while, so now I have a... No, I'm asking why you want to become better. Oh. Because I'm shitty. Feels like she's forcibly extracting the truth from me. All the same, I can't leave her expression unanswered. I do my best to avoid showing the embarrassment I feel in my honest response. Because I want to be a champion. Or at least show that I can compete on that level. Everyone who plays the game wants that, don't they? You're right about one thing. Every idiot that makes it to Grandmaster and takes a map off of a good player thinks they're pro gamer material. And I didn't even tell you that I was at Grandmaster level yet, but cool. A champion, huh? Sheesh. She clicks her tongue in sighs. But doesn't seem displeased. Well, at least any more so than usual. I wouldn't have much ground to stand on if I disagreed with her. Just one of the few who has accomplished what the rest of us dream about. Don't be so harsh. Her style is solid and she stood toe-to-toe with me for a while. With enough time, she could compete. What do you think? Why don't you practice with her a bit? I could. A little harm in giving her a chance. Wait, hold on. Back up. What just happened? Did he say practice and did she say yes? Excel answers her with a pleased expression. Jet takes a moment to stretch out before, again crossing her arms across her chest. Stop staring and say something, Mach. Hold on, Just give me a second. I need to recover from all this foam that's coming out of my mouth. The sound of my name wakes me up from my stunned silence. I jolt upright and offer a flurry of nods. Sorry, I say yes. I definitely say yes. Jet and Excel watch me in silence until I lower myself and back into my seat. As she stood up for this. It takes some determination to come out here alone. Let's see if it translates to wins, huh? With a thumbs up, it's settled. I somehow found myself with one of the best practice partners in the world. I really hope this isn't just for the novelty of playing with some random foreigner. It might partially be that, but you should take advantage of it for now. Excel, it's about time we get back to all-out attack. Wouldn't want to see you getting DQ'd if we'll be matching in the semis. Can you be certain that I didn't lose to Mach already? What if this was my way of saving face? Funny, have you lost to a foreigner even once? Hey, you never know who's playing on a barcode account. I don't know what barcode means. That's one I don't know. An account used for anonymous ladder play. Barcode accounts generally use a random combination of I and 1, I guess. Generally used to practice certain strategies or tactics without the risk of identification. And drop. Refers either to a dropship or the act of unloading units from a dropship. Dropships are capable of quickly transporting units across the base to an opponent's base. Hey. You sure you don't want to pot split? Final offer. Collude with you? Not a chance. What about you, Mach? Gonna stick around? Well, why the fuck not? A PC bang with the bustle of a tournament isn't a great training environment. Oh, the bracket will probably take a few hours to work through too. No, I'm gonna head home. I got a lot of practicing to do tonight. Leaving already? Well, hey, it was good to meet you. Wait, I thought we were gonna practice with Jet here. I guess, okay, maybe later. Be at the Golden Zone Fire tomorrow morning, and we'll find out if you're overhyped. Will do. I rise and offer them each a nod and thanks before heading back towards the PC area. The last thing I see is a vague smile from Jet as she leans over and starts whispering something to Excel. I squeeze my way through the growing crowd and manage to make it through the doorway leading to the outside. Wouldn't it be useful to like watch their play? I guess at this point watching their play probably isn't going to help too much. Or is this the point where watching their play helps? I don't know. I'm bad at games. When I hit the street, I'm met with a cool breeze and a rush of voices, sound, and light. This is it. A shot. One final shot to make it happen. One last chance to live the life I want. I quicken my pace, eager for the comfort of a dark room and a bright monitor. This is the day that everything changes. Hopefully. I think this might be a good place to call it, because I'm getting pretty close to the time I wanted to stop. And the game is free, so if you guys want to play it, you can just look it up on Steam and download it. It's completely free. And I'll also put that in the chat one more time, because, you know, not really a sponsor, but pretend. Well, I mean, like we're connected. I don't know. What is low tier games to the game to ISU GDC? Friends, buddies. I don't know. Anyway, well, thank you for watching this VOD, I guess, because it appears that there's no one actually here. So yeah, thank you very much. Let's save data. Put that in the empty slot. There we are. Now I need to go work on my homework. Well, I'll see you next time we stream, I guess, which will probably be next Thursday. So yeah, thank you very much. Go forth, make games.